What's up, everybody? Got some good news. The van is complete. So it is July 4th right now, actually, and we are tying up a couple loose ends, but we actually plan on taking off in this bad boy in a couple days. So yeah, I'll do a quick tour and show you guys everything, but just in summary, again, it's July. I started this thing in January. We put a lot of hours into it, and pretty much the one-man show building this thing out, so it's been a good chunk of work. So let me show you what we've done. Dun, dun, dun. So here we go. Since last time, I think we finished out some cabinets and we finished out everything since last time. So I'll kind of go over everything that we did and how it works, etc., etc. So before we ever even enter, I'll show the back of the cabinet. So this is our kitchen sink right here. I have this drop-down table with a chain to hold it up that can hold a good bit of weight. I mean, you can put whatever you want on it. You wouldn't want to like lay on it or anything, but still it gives a good outside table for whenever you're chilling in your chairs or hanging out at a campsite. And then this also allows you to remove this gray water tank over here. I have a quick connect or quick disconnect right here, and we have a hose that runs through the bottom of the ground. So you can't really see it, but there is a hose that comes out of the bottom, and that basically allows us to, if it ever overflows, it'll just dump out the bottom. Or if we're ever somewhere where running the water needs to go out the bottom, then we'll just do that instead. We have the controls for what's open and what's not open on the valve right here. So we can kind of set it to go outside or into the gray water tank or both. And then that way it doesn't fill your tank as fast, but you're not supposed to just dump water everywhere. So, you know, just FYI. And then over here, we have, come over here, we have our propane hose that is drilled into the sealed propane box on the other side. Originally, we didn't have even a plan to drill that propane hose or put that propane hose through there. But I was thinking, man, it's going to be annoying opening that every time and turning it on and off and then having the door dangling, etc. So I ended up drilling a hole through the side, keeping the propane hose on this side, and then I got some caps for it that should be coming tomorrow, just to be super safe, that there's no leaks or anything. It is a pressurized hose, so it shouldn't leak anyways, but just to be safe. And we do have a propane alarm in here and a CO alarm, so we don't ever get caught off guard or not caught off guard and not wake up. That would suck. And then I also, this just happened the other day, but I created a little hole. It's not the prettiest of holes, but I created a hole so that we can pull the hose out through here if we ever are like potentially cooking on the stove top or cooking on this side, or if we just don't want to pull a hose all the way around and we want to just pull it like down this way to be able to like cook outside on our grill or whatever. Time out. I don't have COVID, I promise. So yeah, so that's pretty much the setup here. We'll keep some cleaning supplies in here, probably an extra trash can. We're gonna kind of figure out how that goes. And then I'm just keeping some bottles of some cleaner and a couple different things in here. And then I have a little fastener of, I don't even know what it's called, just a little hook so that we can fasten down the water tank, fasten down all the bottles that are in there for cleaning, etc. And then just keeping, you know, gotta have your handy dandy stuff, some towels, etc. I don't know, again, what exactly is gonna be in there, but yeah. And then we have these fasteners on each of the doors so that it clicks and closes and it's nice and sturdy. Everything's straight, everything's good. This is the water hose connect, which we can switch the line on the inside to go to the outside water hose, which we can then do whatever we want with. Maybe take a shower, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I also have a solar shower bag that's under there, and that is for we have a solar shower tent that we now can use, and a toilet tent. So you can hook that up to a hook on the outside of the van or whatever, fill it with water, it warms the water up, then you can take a shower. So pretty money. All right, that's all I got for the outside before we ever even go in. So let's go in. So step inside and we've got the van. So basically I'm gonna continue over here on the sink part just because that's what we were talking about previously. But what I've done, we have the full running water and we have this that comes out just to keep everything up off the bottom. Water's all set up. I'm probably gonna change this faucet eventually because I don't like it as much as I once did, but that's okay. And then I fastened this block that we had inside of our house actually for the knives underneath the paper towel holder so that we can put our knives in here, our sharper stuff and some scissors, and have a couple little containers. For now I just put some soap in here. On the other side there I'll put some cables that we'll use regularly in this plug so that we don't have to go searching for them or whatever else. That's just the plan for now. Put these hooks everywhere because there's no such thing as too many hooks inside of a camper van. And then put this magnet bar up so that we can hang whatever from the magnet bar. And also when we're like actually stopped and not driving, we can put knives up there or whatever we want up there and it'll stay. And then I bought these powerful little hooks. See, that's what happens. That are, I think they're like 80 pounds, and that's for things like the shower bag on the outside, or if we need to run clotheslines or just want to hang anything from a magnet. That's an easy way to do it. And then let's see, we have our fridge and we got our nice little curtains that are pulled back, and I started packing everything in just to kind of see how it would fit. It's still a bit of a mess. We don't have everything in here yet, and that's going to be mostly food, etc., but we just want to see how it goes. I got the door stopper or the door raisers up actually on these, and that's going to be food storage, pots and pans. And then this is just here for comfort. Whenever you want to just chill, be perfectly fine. We may get some cushions, we may not, we'll see how it goes. But there's enough room for a couple people, so that's nice. And then if you see over here, we have our monitor on a little swivel. This is a computer monitor / screen that we can hook up our Fire Stick, or since we're both going to be working while we're traveling, we'll have dual monitors because, you know, computer nerds need dual monitors. So that's useful. This is a non-VESA connection, so you can just put it in and out or pull it in and out as you want. It's pretty easy to do. And then I put some nets and some bungees on different stuff just to hold everything in. That's not going to stay permanently, but for when driving, it just makes sure that nothing ever goes anywhere. That's just kind of stuck up there right now, but still it's useful, so we have it. Built this little thing. This is going to be Frankie's stool that we can put outside because he, you know, needs, I don't know, he's weird. He won't actually jump in the van by himself, so he has to have a little stool so that he can step in because he's a priss, but, you know, that's okay. And then that's going to store his food and his bowls and his toys and all that stuff. And we have a little dog bed for him that can lay here since he'll be spending a lot of time in here with us.
You should show the storage in the stair if you can.
Yeah. So basically we have that locked up, and then this is all little storage that I put together for the stair. So we can put all of his stuff in there and whatever else we may need to put in there.
Well, and it's also for us when we need to get up on the bed because, you know, we're not the tallest people in the world.
It is also a stepping stool, and it can be an ottoman if you just want to put your feet up and hang out while you're watching the TV.
Yep.
And some other little things that we did, we put the paper towel rack up. The knife thing is put directly underneath it intentionally so that we don't ever have flying knives. This will just kind of help keep them in because it kind of is in the way, which is the point. You can get them out with this here, but it's a little bit more maneuvering, so it's best to just take it off and take off the knives if you want. You see this thing dangling here? So this is a work from home device or a work from van home device. That's a network extender or booster that basically will take the jetpack that we have, and the jetpack will connect to this, just acts off of, or runs off of the cell phone towers, and it runs off of all cell phone towers, not just one provider. It's the Solus. So that will connect to the extender. Extender will bring a stronger network from the towers when we're in more remote places, since we have to be on, I'm on 2 laptops and video meetings and stuff all the time, so we have to have connectivity or we can't do this. So that's an important device. And then basically that's pretty much the main thing. So we have our cook stove in here. I'm not going to get everything out right now, but we have our cook stove in there, which is just a 2-top burner that we can pull out and pull outside for the propane like I was showing earlier. We can put it here if we want, whatever, but it sits on top of the sealed propane tank. So pretty much we just have to open the sealed part, turn on the gas, close it, and then we can run the hose wherever we want and we're good to go. Propane monitor is also in there. We have a CO2 monitor on the wall on this side. And then AC is all set up here. Basically we have a portable AC. I tested it out and it actually works pretty well. The biggest concern, so there's 2 concerns when it comes to the AC. One is the drainage. So if you don't have a continuous drain AC unit, then you run into problems where you have to empty the pan too much if you run in your AC too long, or it could flood inside of your van and you don't want that. This one has continuous drain, so basically I connected a hose to the back of it, drilled a hole through the ground, have a drain hose running out the bottom of the van, so it won't ever spill in here. It'll just dump everything directly outside. We don't have to worry about draining it, etc. The other concern is the exhaust hose for these things actually emit all the heat, so it takes the heat and pushes it out and cools that air, right? So that exhaust hose actually gets really hot. I ended up wrapping the exhaust hose in like a Reflectix tape, an insulating tape, and then it did help, but I wanted more, so I actually bought some insulation, some wool insulation, and just wrapped the whole thing in wool insulation. I avoided that at first because then you can't really bend the hose like you normally would, but I figured it's worth it to have the AC. We didn't want the massive roof unit, and we want to be able to put it away when we're not using it. So basically, the hose is just in the garage area. We'll hook it up when we're in warm places. Hopefully we're not in too warm of places too often. That's the plan. So we'll see how often we need it. We still have the fan up there. We still have another fan over here in case we ever need it. So yeah, have the AC. There's a rising table behind the AC for whenever the AC is not there. It'll extend this all the way for an additional bench seat, or if we ever wanted to turn that into a bed or something. If someone was visiting or wanted to sleep on it, it would be big enough. You'd have to be pretty small, but it's still big enough. Yeah, and then this is our new swivel table, so it swivels in every direction. I have it, it's a little tight right now, and you kind of just have to get used to moving the handles around, but you can kind of maneuver it however you want. The purpose of this is for it to be used for dinner or for a workstation. So one of us will probably be working either sitting in the bed or sitting in the seat over there, which I'll get to, or just this will be a workstation as well. It's nice and sturdy. It's the Lagoon table, and so yeah, it's a nice little thing to have. You can just push it out of the way when you don't need it, or if you're not sitting there, you can use it to prepare meals, whatever it is. Also put these curtains up, and I put some Velcro on the side just to hold it back when we're moving, to keep it from flying around. And then I got an additional window lock here. Put some Velcro to be able to push it back if we ever are sitting down right there. You don't want to be backing into it. That would get annoying. So basically that just goes against the wall and you're good to go. These curtains here can be taken, swap. These curtains can be loosened or whatever and completely closed off. And we have the window coverings that I just made out of Reflectix. One of them isn't Reflectix, it's like another Reflectix material that's real thin. So I put it on a piece of carpet. So one of them's carpet. Maybe I'll do the other ones, maybe not, we'll see. And then I don't have this set up for it right now, apparently. But we have a swivel seat. So this thing comes all the way. So this opens this up a lot if we ever want to hang out back here. You can take a nap. So yeah, so that's really nice to have. So that's pretty much the van. I mean, we can show, we have some stuff in here.
You want to show my stuff?
There's Lauren's stuff. Those are basically our closets. So that's all of our clothes, etc. We may put in another monitor in here too.
There's a mosquito net.
Yeah, I got a mosquito net. That's pretty much it. We can show the garage space real quick if you want to come around. And here we just have our garage space where we started putting everything underneath. We have plenty of room, so we're good to go. This is what it looks like from the back. We need to take that plastic cover off and put our bedding on, but other than that, we got ourselves a camper van, ladies and gentlemen. We'll let you know how it goes and what hurdles we run into, because I'm sure there's going to be some. But for now, it's it. Thank you. Ask any questions.